Silent killers in the home. Now, there are so many things in the home that we're not even aware of that affects our health. Just quickly, my background, I've got BSc Honours, got 7 diplomas in nutrition. There's some information about how I got involved and why I'm interested in this topic as well. A disclaimer, I'm talking about from a primary healthcare point of view. I'm not replacing any doctor's prescriptions or anything like that. And these are just suggestions of things that I would do and what I am doing. So, like I said, it's not a doctor's prescription. My goal, or our goal, is to introduce people to a healthy and disease-free future, to make a positive difference in people's lives. And I mean, COVID has told us this already. We need to look after our health. Look at the actors from 1930s. I thought you might appreciate this one. Barbara, especially the first one there. So the harder a wife works, the cuter she looks. Vitamins for pep, pep for vitamins. And then Coca-Cola even. The pores that refreshes at home. And look at the other one. Don't rasp the throat with harsh irritants. Reach for a lucky instead. Imagine smoking adverts today like that. Look at these as well. Look at the one at the top there. Cocaine toothache drops. Instantaneous cure. So this adverts, why I'm showing this to you is that things change. New information become available. And some people are still stuck in the old information and they don't make changes. These changes might change their life. Look at the left-hand side bottom one. Sugar just might be the willpower you need to curb your appetite. That's for weight loss. You can't believe it. And so there are many toxins today still in the homes that people are not aware of. And they still advertise as though they're supposed to be good stuff in the homes. The risk of being diagnosed with cancer has increased from 1 in 30 to 1 in 2. So something is wrong. Today, more than 95% of all chronic disease is caused by our food choices, because of things in our food as well, and things that are not in our food, and also lack of physical exercise. These are just some examples of toxic overload. There are many more diseases that can be caused by toxic overload. Our health is under attack 24/7, believe it or not. Okay, our bodies can fight the effects of toxins if it gets the correct nutrients. Feed it correctly and it can fight it. But take note, you may say, I eat right. In a study of nearly 22,000 people, not even one got all 10 specific essential nutrients in the regular diet. Now, essential, very important, that means the body can't make it, you must get it from your food. And not even one got 10 of the specific essential nutrients for 22,000 people. And people say, but I eat right. Our food is full of toxins. Look at number 1, arsenic, cadmium, lead, acrylamide in nearly 80% of infant formula. So we think we're feeding our children healthy things, but we're actually poisoning them. Shocking. Store salt honey, not real honey, because even in South Africa, carte blanche as well. Rats-fed GMO foods develop tumors. And in South Africa, more than 80% of our corn is GMO, which means it's full of glyphosate. And corn syrup is in thousands of products. I think this says a lot, this cartoon here. The mole asked there, do you also eat these with that mask on? I mean, we think about not inhaling it, but we eat it. Another one, this chips, it's supposed to be non-GMO. The chips was tested, it was shown to be GMO. So even labels can be false. Common GMO in South Africa is canola, corn or mealies, cottonseed, and soy. I mentioned glyphosate, which is linked to many health issues, including cancer and autism and autoimmune diseases. It's found in a lot of food stuff because of GMO crops. In America, it was found that the urine tested of Americans, the glyphosate content has increased by more than 1,000% in the past about 20 years. So the people in America are being poisoned by glyphosate, and other countries with GMO crops are following the same pattern. even milk. Cows are fed hormones to produce more milk. The problem with that is the cows develop mastitis, they get antibiotic treatment, and what happens? The milk you get from the cow might include pus, might include antibiotics, it includes another hormone, and this is even linked to things like glucose resistance. Okay, so these labels, the third-party seals, we look for them on products. Okay, you can also see on this list here, sugar has got so many different names. And it says no sugar on that tin, but if you look, the second thing is a colorant called caramel. What is caramel? It's a type of sugar. But it says no sugar. Don't be fooled by labels. Also, like olive oil. This virgin olive oil imported very often, be careful. Very often, most of the time, they are not actually pure olive oil, not good quality at all. And they might be full of trans fats and other ingredients that are not good for you. Now, if you look at labels, you will see here on this label, the different things I can mention here. First one, whatever's first on the label is what is most in the product. What's second, obviously, is second most, and so forth. So this means the first ingredient is what the manufacturer used the most of. Now, there's some ingredients may not even be listed because very often it's seen as an industry standard, and the small quantities also might even be listed. And remember, technically, alcohol, petroleum, and related products are organic. So the label might say organic when it contains those ingredients. And here are some of the USDA's labeling terms. 100% organic, all ingredients of the product must be organic. It is organic, at least 95% must be organic. Made with organic ingredients, at least 75% must be organic. If organic ingredients noted on the ingredient statement, be careful now. Less than 70% of the product's ingredients are organic. Now, why I'm stressing this? Because if it's not organic, chances are you might have poisons, toxins in that product. Check the label. Like I said, natural could also mean rocks. The rocks are natural. Snake venom, also natural. The snake venom is not a good idea. Rather buy trusted brands. So look for brands that you know are safe, that you know are organic. You might do your homework because they might not be that easily found in some shops. I mean, J&J was sued millions for carcinogens in their baby products. Baby products, imagine now. You want the best for your child, but you're actually putting toxins on the skin. Try looking for products that list whole foods as the first 3 ingredients. And be skeptical of foods with long list of ingredients, because the longer the list, the bigger the chance is for synthetics and processed, so forth. There are more labels, tips here. Like I said, I don't have time to go through everything. The serving sizes are frequently much smaller than people consume in one sitting. So very often the label says only 5 grams of this in the serving, and their serving might be 50 grams, but people did eat 100 grams. Be careful of that. Light, don't be fooled by that as well. Very often only watered down, but then might add sugar instead. So be careful. And remember, sugar is also organic. So it might be organic on the label, but it's full of sugar. And now there's another shocking one coming up as well. No sugar added doesn't mean there's no sugar in there, because the ingredients they made it from might be full of sugar. Low calorie. Take note, these products have to have 1/3 fewer calories than the brand's original product. So brand A, original product, might have, let's say, 18 grams of fat, for argument's sake. This low one may have now 12. Now it says they're low calorie on the product. A competitor's normal one might have 10 grams of fat. Actually, less fat than the low calorie one of brand A. So read your label. And very often, low fat, they add more sugar to its taste. Processed foods that are labeled low carb are usually still processed junk foods, similar to processed low fat foods. So
If it's just natural, it simply means at one or other stage the manufacturer worked with the natural source, for example, like apples, but it can be processed. And the processing can be a problem. Are there many more? We are fooled by the labels. Find out what those things mean. Gluten-free doesn't mean it's healthy. Many gluten-free products are highly processed, loaded with unhealthy fats and sugars. Even if it's fortified, be careful what it means by fortified. It might be even metal filings in there. Do your homework. 0 trans fats. This phrase means less than 0.5 grams of trans fats per serving. So there's still trans fats in there. Table salt. 90% of table salt is contaminated with microplastics, according to research. Diet cola, linked to dementia and strokes and other diseases, by the way. And people think they're buying healthy stuff. Another example of petroleum and other acids and demons you find in your foods. So the less processed, the better. Iron in my cereal, you can go Google this. And you can see there, left and bottom, there's a plastic bag there. They made a porridge of the cereal. And you can see the iron filing to attract to the magnet next to the finger there. You can see that. The top right hand side, you can actually see the iron filing separated from the cornflakes. And right at the bottom, that's if you've got a very strong magnet, you take a cornflake, when you float on water, the strong magnet will attract the cornflake because there are iron filings in the cereal. That's what iron fortified means. Really? Our food, we say eat healthy, but our food nutrition value has gone down. So our bodies cannot fight the toxins as they're supposed to because there's a decrease in the nutritional value of our food. That's really sad. There's just more examples. So the overweight are just as malnourished as the starving because the food they eat does not contain all the nutrients they're supposed to. Some people use supplements and they think it is risk-free.